Greetings, my earth-bound brothers and sisters. We are those of Latwii, and we are pleased and graciously thankful for the experience of communicating with this circle today. We are testing this instrument and we feel he will approach transmission in a responsible but expressive way. We find fun. We would ask at this time if there are any brief queries, but we would say this instrument appears slightly overwhelmed by the interaction of our love light upon the energy pathways you call nerves, but we will attempt at this time.
Hi, Latwii. Thank you so much for your presence. I'm curious if or how you came about today in speaking through this instrument. Were you chosen or did you choose to come through tonight? Thank you.
We welcome this question my brother, and we like the opportunity to express more detailed understandings. The process of calling is beautiful but simple. The intention and the will targeted in such a way to create a beam or laser that can be seen from anywhere if you know how to look. We of the Confederation spend our time looking, and when we see beings like yourself expanding what they understand about consciousness and their third density life experience, when calling is given, we are so excited and thankful for the service we can provide. It is a ladder, you could say, that needs to be climbed in order to connect to densities higher than oneself. Even we have ladders to climb from our lofty heights, but yours can be a struggle to begin. When you do, with sincere seeking and open hearts, focused will, the light or projection that you produce is blinding. To those who are looking. So as you climb these ladders, rung by rung, there are those of us that eagerly await your progress to that height And occasionally we hope to push seekers to embrace and release these connections between connections at any run on the ladder. Occasionally, these will be too much, and other times the call is not received. Sorry, the reception is not always of a harmonious frequency. So we have to test and wait until the time-space nexus by which the ladder's rungs have elevated the seeker to the required level. So you could say we were in the neighborhood. We saw the lights on, and we thought we would come and say hello. I hope this has given you some insight, my brother. Is there anything you would like me to clarify?
No, thank you. And I will say hello to you back. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
The pleasure is all ours. Would there be any more queries we could offer further explanations for?
I would like to ask a question. When we connect with the archangels, Raphael, Michael, Gabriel, and Uriel, it's expressed to us that these are much higher density beings than ourselves. Are these beings so that they have ascended from second, third, fourth, fifth density on upwards as we are doing ourselves? Or was their process different than ours? And could you explain that?
I will attempt to address this query, my brother. Angels, in the way you describe them, are not strictly mortal creatures. They do not have incarnative cycles, and they do not need to learn because they are a more rarefied, purer distillation of the Creator's will. Therefore, their inner planes work reflects far grander ideals than even they individually know. Archangels are unfathomably old and large entities that, although on different planets they may have different names, the elemental forces they represent are universal. They are the one face I correct the instrument. They are one entity with a million faces. As every race will have its own inner planes, personification of those elemental, universal energies that are the direct will of the Creator working in harmony through these entities. We could go further, but we feel that in dialogue about angels, you would have far more descriptive answer if you were to ask an angel. We, as all positively polarized entities in the universe, we work with these same differentiated energies ourselves. But like all things in the creation, the deeper you explore and the further you seek, the deeper infinity gets and the more you find. So I would recommend looking into traditional mystic techniques that might expand the phone book, as it were. We hope this helps. And is there one more quick query we could answer? As this instrument we may attempt one more comment if you have a question to ask.
I could ask a question. How might be the best, if there is a best way to transmute or let go of anger or rage?
This is a far deeper question than it appears. And we hope we can give you a satisfactory idea to attempt inside each situation you encounter in the third density. There is a very clever but subtle plan at work. In order for the plan to run like the perfect clockwork that it is, there needs to be a certain amount of fuel to increase the motion that catalyst and evolution can create. Negative emotions like anger and fear are powerful motivators as they pull you so far away from love, being loved, and being allowed to love. Most third density problems will boil down to simple emotional emotional control. We apologize. We are those of Latwii, and again, we will continue our statement. Anger and negative emotions are good motivators because they pull you so far away from love, from feeling loved, and from the ability to love. But that is the ploy in itself. By holding on to anger, fear, any number of negative emotions, you are fundamentally denying love to yourself. Emotions such as these are there to show you that you can transmute and find your way back to love. So when you feel those feelings, however intense they may be, embrace that you are creator, and it may hurt, but without feeling those feelings, you would not advance in the way that you do. And in third density, where these feelings are somewhat at their most acute, the other side of the coin is also beautifully perfect. The joy and bliss and love, that catalyst, and the contrast that pain and fear provide can make those emotions exquisite in their own right. You as seekers know that you can hold on to feelings of joy and feelings of bliss the same way you can hold on to the feelings of anger and pain. Everything is choice, and transmuting emotion, while difficult, and sometimes complex, it is a choice. This instrument is running low on energies. We would ask if any other channels would like to transmit. Then we leave you in the love and the light, the one infinite creator. We look forward to our next encounter. Adonai.